Hey, Diane DeWald with CreativeCatCrafts.com. Welcome back to the channel. And if I've got a scratchy voice, I came down with a summer cold and I'm going to sniffle a little. And so I apologize ahead of time. My husband got home from work last week. He travels for work and um, came down with a summer cold. And it is what it is. Well, today, so let's get into it. We are going to use the Stitch Stars. I am making a birthday card for a friend of mine, and let's go ahead and I'll lay out all the things that we're going to utilize because we're doing a music themed, and I'm going to make some albums. I don't have any dies, so I am using a couple circles from some of the master layouts with Gina K Designs, and we're going to make some albums. I think that's just so cute. And stars, so birthday. So this young man that the birthday card is for, his favorite colors are gray and red. So cardstock, I'm using my A2 card base, Neenah Classic Crest Solar White, 110 pound, I believe. Get these from Cut Cardstock, and I'll have all the links down below for affiliate links as well as non-affiliate links for everything that I use. And Gina K Designs cardstock, Stormy Sky, excuse me, and Cherry Red. And I believe I have her black Onyx that I'm utilizing for the black here. And this is Neenah Classic Crest Solar White. This is 80 pound and also 80 pound. This, like I said, this is the Cherry Red. I think I'd already said that, so apologize for that. And I'm cutting some of the smallest stars out of the Cherry Red. And the circles, I'll show you the size in here just a moment. That's from the black Onyx. And I'll show you the size of this one. This is the album center, and this is also 80 pound Neenah Classic Crest Solar White. So, and I say so a lot, for dimensions, we are going to have 3 layers in the inside. And I'm just grabbing the panels. So the largest, which is the down here on the bottom right hand, that is the largest rectangle, and this is from Master Layouts 1, these 2 large rectangles. So this is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. That's out of Cherry Red. This is Stormy Sky, and it's going to go right on top of that, just like this. It's 3 3/4 by 5. And then this is the Neenah Classic Crest Solar White. This is going to be our inside panels. And this is from Master Layout 2. And if you don't have that, it's 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. So that's Master Layout 1 and 2. On the front, we're just going to use this layout with just 2 layers. So let me go ahead and hide these dimensions over there. Then from Master Layout 11, excuse me, Master Layout 3, I did not grab the Master Layout 2 container pocket. That's what, you know, a cold, it's affecting my brain. So Master Layout 3 and Master Layout 11 are what I pulled the circles from. The smallest plain circle, which is 1 inch in diameter. And then from Master Layout 3, the largest plain circle, which was 2 1/4. So if you've got punches or something else and not the master layouts, go ahead and utilize those. And if you've got sizes that are close to it, go ahead and use those as well. So for Master Layouts 14, I'm going to use the sentiment strips, the smaller stitched and plain, and the way they're equal width, but you get a little bit of black shadowing there on the sentiment strip. So that is master layout 14. And for the sentiment on the front, I'm going to use this happy birthday from Spring Things. And then for some of the, and of course, stitch stars, we're going to utilize this size here, the second to the largest, and then the smallest. I already have a bunch of the red ones cut out, and then this one I'm going to show you what we're going to do with here in just a moment. And then just for some fun on the inside, we're going to use this staff, this music staff, and there's a bunch of little notes here. I think you can see those. Sorry for that glare. But that, we're just going to dress up. So let me go grab the inks and I'll be right back. Okay, so for my black, I'm going to use this Memento Tuxedo black. I've used this for 20 plus years. This ink pad is not 20 plus years old, but I have used that ink forever and I just absolutely adore it. Gina K Designs, Stormy Sky, and then I grabbed my cherry red ink cube. In fact, I'm going to get the ink cube for the Stormy Sky as well. Okay, so let's get into this and let me clean this all up, get it staged for the next time around, and I'll be right back. Okay, I have a Stormy Sky panel. I'm going to go ahead and cut out the master layout. And while I'm doing that, I'm just going to take the second to largest star and I'm going to lay it just kind of at an angle and I'm going to get that cut out. So I'll be right back with that finished project, or finished panel. I'll be right back. Okay, I have my dies and I have my panel. So let's go ahead, before we do anything else, I want to get this on the front, but let's go ahead and get the star back where it belongs and this over on my wall with my other dies. And I'm going to grab my glue. This is just my regular Tombow glue. And whoops. I saw Gina. She showcased somebody else's card that did something very similar. And I thought, wow, what a way to really kind of break up and add some interest to your background by just die cutting it out and then make sure this is, there we go, die cutting it out and then gluing it back in. These stars, this one in particular, it's not perfectly symmetrical. So I discovered that when I was testing it. And then we're just going to slide this back in just like that. And I think that it just adds a little interest to that background panel. And I'm going to go ahead and set my block on it, let that glue do its thing. And we're going to get the sentiment and some stamping done. So my sentiment, I already have the stitched, there it is, the stitched piece already cut out. And I like to do this with any of my die cuts that I'm doing this with, just some low tack tape. And I fold it over the edge just to make sure that that low tack tape stays secure. And this is just some scrap cardstock, and from Spring Things, I'm going to grab this happy birthday. Okay. It looked like it was bent, so I'm going to try to let it go back to its normal shape. Let's go ahead and pick it up. And I'm just going to look and make sure it is not So try not to stick my head in here. I have curved this happy birthday, so it is a little misshapen, so I like to make sure it's in shape. Perfect. And oops, too much stuff on my desk. This is just some delicate surface painter's tape. I really like it. And I'm just trying to get that centered on, and that is not centered. It is too far one way. There we go. That's what I love about the delicate surface painter's tape. It's not going to rip everything as I pick it up. Sorry, I'm not able to chew bubblegum and walk at the same time tonight. Okay, we're going to stamp this a few times. I want really good impression on this. I should have got my VersaFine Claire, but this will work. That's perfect. Absolutely perfect. And I need to clean that stamp off before I put it away. And here we are. Sorry for the sniffles. I really am. And the clearing of the throat. It's been a while since I've had a cold, and it is not fun. Okay, I'm going to pull that up. I'll pull this up for now. Move that aside. Let's knock my water off. And that Misti was giving off a shine, so I'm going to go ahead and get this connected with its shadow layer. That way it has a chance to dry. Move it around as needed and get another block. Yeah, we'll just stick this one up here under this block. There. And we'll grab that star panel. I don't know why I'm using that, but we're going to use that. And note of encouragement. I'm going to grab this little note. A little note stamp. And make sure this, I don't know if I've used this stamp before. Perfect. Okay. And some of these will be covered, but I just adding a little bit of something. Okay. Now, inside panel. Cover that black up. And I need the music staff. And we are going to do this. I want that soft stone. I lied. We're going to use a soft stone. And the reason I'm not using Stormy Sky on that is I just want this in the background. Because I have one more stamp I didn't even think about that I want to use. And that is Cheers to Another Year. May today mark the start of your best year yet. Oh, Neenah, I don't like that. Hang on, I'm gonna go grab something else. And I changed my mind on that because I need to let the giver of this card be the one to tell me which greeting she wants inside. So we are just going to add just a few of these, and I used the cherry red on this stamp, and red really stains, but I love Gina stamp cleaner because it takes away most of that stain. Not all of it, and see how much ink I'm getting off of that. And then we're going to use the Memento Tuxedo Black. And we're going to add a few more notes. Because I'm using a block, I am pressing down and I'm just holding it, letting that ink soak in. Love it. There. And I'm going to call that done for now on the inside. And is that all of the stamping for now? Yes. But I need this. And the reason for that is we're going to do our albums. And I'm going to go ahead and put this white in the middle. And I've got the Next Gen stamp set by Gina K. It has some very tiny, short sentiments. And I tried on a practice to see if I could get it to curve, and it was not cooperating. So I'm just getting these down as best I can in the center. And then I have from Amazon this Jumbo Circles stencil. I'll have it linked down below. And I'm just going to start. Let me cover that glue bottle real quick. And I'm using, where did it go? A Jelly Roll black pen. And I'm going to start with the smallest circle. We're going to do this upper one first. And all I'm doing is running that around. And then I'm trying to center that circle. I know you can't see it. I can hardly see it. And then each circle, I'm going to do the same thing. When I do the other one, I will pause. Let's see, did I do? Yep, I did not do that one yet. You don't need to see me do both of these. And the circle is very imperceptible. It's hard, you can hardly see it. I can't say that word right now. My brain does not want me to. But I'm trying to get the tracks for the album. And let me see if I can gently pull that up. And pull that up so you can kind of see it. I think you can, there you go. You can kind of see it. It's very subtle, but it's so cool. So I'm going to pause you. I'm going to do the same thing with this other one. I'll be right back. Okay, let's put this card together. So let's get this card base folded over. This is the Neenah Classic Crest base that I get from Cut Cardstock. And I'm going to go ahead and do this on the front. Oh, that really comes out. I'm using Gina's matte glue. And whew, it really comes out fast. And I'm going to go grab my little microfiber towel, wipe my finger off because I got glue all over it now. And while that's pressing down, let's get these guys together. Yeah, between the Tombow glue and Gina's matte glue, her matte glue is a lot less, it's not as thick as the Tombow. So I always forget, don't squeeze so hard. And I left enough space on here that I can get a sentiment on here. I just need to find out what she wants to put on it for her recipient. Press that down, and then we'll get everything put on the front. Like I said, I will have everything that I've been using down below, and if there's something that I've used and I didn't, just leave me a comment and I'm more than happy to go find the link. And I'm just going to grab some minty tape. I want this to stay closed while I'm working on the front. And this is kind of how we're going to do the front. I'll put one down here, maybe one right there, because this is going to go right across the top. And I'm gonna put those albums over the edge. Oh yes, I like that. Not so much there. I think that's perfect. Okay, let's go ahead and get this guy down. And I want it up over the edge of the matte layers. I'm gonna press this down. Whoops. Oh, I love it. I think those turned out really well. And I've got some very small beads that we're going to put in the center to give it that look of a hole in the middle. And then these guys, I'm going to pop these up. But I'm going to pop those up in a minute because this I want on there first. And I'm going to use these dimensionals. These are some, still using up my Stampin' Up, and I'm really going to support this one. Perfect. Let's see if I can get this, whoops, straight. Okay, camera, help me out here. I gotta move it over just a smidge. Okay, is that straight? There. Okay. Now these little guys, we're going to do small ones right there in the center. Let's pull those backers off. I love this. Now, what do you think? Or, let's see. Let's see if we can get this. Oh, you know what? I need to cut one more square. So hang on. I need to grab my stitch squares. Where did they go? Here they are. I like it with the star. Whoops. I got little beads running around all the way over here. So let me grab my red cardstock, my cherry red. Let's get one more of those. I really like that. Okay. And there must be some glue on this. I need to clean that. So let's get these. Ooh, lots of glue on that. I really like that. Okay. Now, let's clean this off. Just a little drop there in the center. Let's pick those little guys back up. And right now, that glue is smooshing out the side, but it will dry clear. Wow, look at that. I think that is an awesome card. So let me get these back in. I will have all the links down below, affiliate and non-affiliate. I get a small commission if you decide to go shopping with those links. And if you're supporting another creator, thank you very much for supporting that person. I thank you for coming along while I created this card today. And like I said, that matte glue, given time, will dry clear. Thanks again for joining me. While you're perusing down below, if you would hit that like button, it really helps with the algorithm with YouTube. And then if you've not subscribed to my channel, welcome. I appreciate you dropping by and sticking around through till now. And hit that subscribe button while you're down below, and then that notification bell so that you are notified the next time I upload a video. And until next time, happy stamping.